Hi everybody, this is Eugene O'Loughlin and welcome to my series of short how-to videos. In this video we're going to learn how to replace missing values with the mean imputation method in R. So when we read data into R, we often find that there are missing values in several of the records in a data set. And as we find out, we need to be able to deal with those missing values, otherwise we will not be able to perform even the most basic data analysis, such as calculating the mean of a variable. So before we start, let's take a look at a data set that I'm going to use in this video. The data set's data file number 77. It's a CSV file containing fictitious data, and this file, along with all other files used in this series of videos and R scripts, is available in the information section. You'll find a link there on the YouTube page beneath this video. So let me run this read.csv function and print out the results. And as I say, this is data that is fictitious. I made this data up, and it's a small data set showing 10 records. And if we look at the revenue record here, we can see that there's a missing value on line 5. So in the CSV file, this is blank. And what R has done is has inserted the tag NA for not applicable into this missing value here. Now that is important because, so for example, if you wanted to calculate the mean, let's do that, the mean of sales data revenue. If I want to calculate this mean here, so calculate the mean value here, run this piece of code, you'll see that I'm getting in the console NA returned. So what has happened here is that R is unable to calculate the mean because there's an NA. There's 10 values here, 9 numeric values and 1 NA. So as you can imagine, it is not able to calculate the mean. So we've got to do something about record number 5 in this case here. So we could remove that. We could also use the median imputation method. But if your data are normally distributed, we can use the mean imputation method here. The mean is very much affected by outliers, so if there are outliers in your data, the median imputation method would be much better. So let's go ahead and show how we replace the NA in my data set with the mean value. So what I'm going to do is create a new variable here. I'm going to call it mean rev for short, and assign it the mean function of my sales data again, $revenue. And this time, what I want to do is I'm going to add in a new parameter here, so a comma after the variable name, and I'm going to use the na.rm parameter, so na.rm equals, and what this will do is it will read the sales data revenue figure. Remember, there are 10 records, and then if there are any NA values in there, if I set this to true, okay, RM stands for remove, so it will remove any NA values. So in other words, what's going to happen here is that this line of code in line 10 is going to calculate the mean of the 9 numeric values in the data set, because it's going to ignore the 5th one in here. So let's run this and then display the contents of mean rev. Just calculated. So if I display this in my console, I can see that the mean value is 32,209.33. Now, if I print the sales data again, so let me copy down line 6 and paste it in here. If I print out the data set again, you can see that record number 5 for revenue is still NA. So even though I've calculated the mean value, I now need to insert that to replace the NA in record number 5. And so here's how we do this. So first of all, what I want to do is reassign my sales data with the mean revenue figure. So sales data, square brackets. So it's a little bit similar to what we've done before, except this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the is.na function to ask or to tell me if there are any NA values in revenue. Then a comma after that. So if there are any NA values in revenue, I want to substitute the median value for that. But I only want to do this for the revenue column, so I need to name that, or I could use a number, but I'm going to use a name here for clarity, revenue. And then at the end of that, then assign it the mean value just calculated. So that's the mean rev value up here. Let me just correct that typo there. So mean rev. Okay, run this line of code, and then display, once again, take the print function here to display my data set, print this, and you can see if we look down at record number 5, we can see that the mean value calculated, 32,209.33, has now been inserted into the revenue data. So if your data is normally distributed or there aren't many outliers, mean imputation method might be suitable. Do be aware that the median imputation method is more than likely a better one to choose, but if you need to use the mean, this is how you do it. So I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for your attention.